crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and it has certainly been a weekend. It has been crazy with all the stuff going on, and I hope there. Hopefully, you're not getting an echo. If you are, let me know. We just set up a new system for me for broadcasting, so trying to get it all worked out and figured out how things are going to work. And it is crazy. Hey, welcome into the chat. Thanks for being here this evening. So we have had a busy weekend. So it's you just don't know what's up and what's going on. It's kind of interesting. We had trying to get this other set up to work. We actually, you may be able to see me for the first time in a long time. Managed to get new lights actually finally put in the YouTube studio. I've got the new camera set up and hopefully that's working. I'm still working on some speaker mic issues. I'm still got to figure out seeing chat on this new camera doesn't want to show. There it is. So hopefully things are going to work out much better moving forward, or at least that was the intent as we were putting these things together. And then the intent was to actually get to craft and do some things together, because it feels like forever, crafter, since we've had a chance to really just craft, do things, and just spend some time together. So that was the next step, of course. So we shall see how today goes. Let's look at who is in the chat already. Russ was here. You know, Russ, he's always on time. I felt bad. I was a little late today. So Russ was here talking about springing ahead. Yeah, see, some of y'all got to spring ahead. We are already there. So we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff in Arizona, which just kind of drives me nuts. It's interesting that we don't change our clocks, but because the rest of the country changes their clock, we might as well change our clock, because now instead of texting Russ and knowing I'm only 2 hours behind, now I've got to realize it's 3 hours. And sometimes why he doesn't answer me is because he could be sleeping. I don't know why he'd sleep at odd hours, like 10 o'clock at night, but you know, it is what it is. Inez is here. Thanks for being here. Jean, welcome in. Judy is here. Hey, Judy, I did get your email. We are all set. Thanks for being part of the YouTube family. Thanks for getting that out. And it went out in the mail yesterday for you. So you will be getting that very shortly. Joydy's here. Welcome in, Joydy. I saw you in some of the other lives yesterday and today. Jean says she loves the bird shirt. Thank you. It's my Riley Blake shirt. Pretty pink thread. Yes, so I am working on Easter, and so that's what I got that out. Jean says I sound good now. Cool. Thank you so much. So I did manage to get the Valentine's table runner done. It only took me a year, 2 years to get it done, but it is all set and ready to go for 2026. So it is what it is. I do like it. I would have never bought this material on that. This was one of the boxes that I get from Open Gate. So I was happy with that particular box. And again, as Joydy pointed out, I have multiple projects going on. So if you all have been here today, this weekend, I put all new lights. I didn't, but I have someone special that did. Put all new lights in the YouTube studio for me. We put a new TV in the YouTube studio so I can watch and see what's going on. But of course, I can't get it tuned in now that I'm live. And then the cutting room was dark. So we put all new fixtures in there and that. So it is really cool. I have all kinds of lights now. So it's actually nice to be able to reflect and look back and go, wow, now I can see. And the sad thing is, like, of course, we made mess, right? Because trying to, you got to drill and drywall. We had to go in the attic. You've got to do all that crazy stuff. And then when all the lights came on, it was like, ooh, we can actually see all the dirt too. So, but yeah, that's part of progress, right? And so we made some good progress. So look at it. Y'all talk about QuiltCon. QuiltCon's not for another 11 and a half months. I'd rather talk about Christmas. Christmas is closer. Um, I will not be at QuiltCon next year. I will be meeting my friend Sally, and maybe a few others over at Road to California. So I am staying West Coast next year because with the 2 trips that we already do for Easter and the beach and that with the grandkids, it's just already too expensive. And what flights have gotten so outrageous. It's just not just doesn't make it fun anymore. But with that said, um, we will. I do plan to go to Road to California. Very anxious to see where QuiltCon 2027 goes. I hope that it ends up back in Phoenix. I really hope to spend a couple of days there. I did get to meet Adam from Adam Sews. I got to meet Mac Cox from. She has her own channel. Would like to chat more with her. She does a lot of really cool, neat things, and I want to talk to her a little bit more and pick her brain. But she just released a new book from Fabric Cafe around 3-yard quilts and that. So it was really exciting to get to meet her at QuiltCon. And next year, or not next year, if they come back in 27, I would really like to take advantage of being there, and really getting to spend some time with other creators and that. I missed, I missed Tiffany. I missed Sobeka. I missed Ian. I mean, there was just so many creators there, and they were not there on Saturday, and if they were, they must went in later in the day. My guess is they slept in knowing that they'd already done the first 2 days. I did watch Ian do some unboxing today, and I saw that he won one of the free totes, which was pretty cool. So with that said, I finished the table runner for Valentine's. Then the next thing I wanted to work on is Easter. So I'm still trying to get these placemats done. I did trim all the St. Patrick's one, and I did trim the Valentine's one. So now all I have to do is go over and put those in, get the binding on those, which I have not decided what binding I want to do. I need to really map that out and get that ready to go. And but once I do that, then I'll be able to have those completed. And the intent was I started this whole thing because my daughter has been asking for placemats. She doesn't really ask for much when it comes to creativeness, other than the fact she just wishes I was closer, so I would be around to teach her and her daughter, which obviously hasn't happened. But I would like to see, try to respect and honor that she's asked for something and let me get it together. So I picked this as the back of the fabric. And then I did go through and cut out the 2.5-inch strips to put together for the front. And I think I picked some really cute ones. So I will work on that while we chat tonight. And I was in the middle of threading my machines. Maybe I should do that because I don't want to stitch in red, and that's what's going to end up happening if I don't pay attention to what's going on. Oh, all right. Let's see what else is going on in chat. Jackie says she's ready for a sit down. Amen, girl. I tell you what, we have been running all weekend, just trying to catch up and get things done. I had quilt club yesterday. It was amazing. I got to see some some folks that I had not got to see in a long time because I honestly, I think it's the first time I've been to Quilt Club this year because we've just had so much going on here. And I keep a full schedule. I mean, I'll be honest. Moss does not grow under my feet. It's not going to grow under my feet. I have too much that I want to do and I want to accomplish. And so I stay very busy. So with that said, that is just the way it's going to be. Okay. So funny. I keep trying to mute this camera, and every time I mute it, it comes right back on. So it's not going to mute for me tonight. So we will figure that out next time. So I had an echo on my side, but as long as you all don't, that's cool. So it was fun getting to go to Quilt Club yesterday, getting to see some folks that I had not seen this year, and just catching up. It's just, I haven't got to go to the garden this weekend. I really would like to go up and see how things are going there. Last weekend we went, we actually had 4 or 5 little red strawberries. So the garden is growing. So how cool could that be? Kevin Hart says, sounds like you enjoyed QuiltCon. Absolutely. I had a great time. Was really nervous. I'm not into huge crowds, so it may be because we went Saturday, it was better. But it was cool, and I did absolutely have a good time. Russ says, ears per Christmas. And Russ is so far ahead of me already. I purchased the same kitten quilt that he worked on yesterday, and probably has it all completed by now. I purchased the same one for my niece. She's become a cat mom and very much into cats. So that I ended up grabbing that for her Christmas present, even though I said I wasn't going to buy anything. Before I went to QuiltCon, I ended up buying that. I did not see it at QuiltCon, so that was good. But I ended up grabbing that for her because, again, she's become that cat mom. And I thought, how cool was that? That was kind of exciting. So I grabbed that for her for Christmas. And then, then the plan was to, can you tell I'm distracted, guys? I'm sorry. Then the plan was to try to get that cut yesterday at Quilt Club and start working on it. I ended up socializing more than I did anything, and I know you all have a really hard time believing that I was just focused on socializing and not cutting fabric. So, needless to say, I did not get that done, but that's okay. There will be another day, and we will make that happen. So, let me, oh man, excuse me, every time I put one piece somewhere else, it messes me up somewhere else. It's just how crazy is that, right? Every time. And the problem is I've got 3 fabrics that all are that, and it's just, they look a little different. That's okay. I am going to do it this way. And we're going to try to get one of these done tonight while we're chatting. Jackie says, I've been packing all morning. Jen will be here before you know it, and she is ready. I tell you what, yes, I am worried about getting ready for Easter and making sure I have all of that ready to go. And then right behind that is the beach for us. I have not even thought about our next holiday quilting bee will be Memorial Day weekend. So I need to think about what that is and how that looks. And, guys, we're only in March, and yet I'm still trying to figure out where January, February went. Oh, Jordy said you're lucky. Ian said he got COVID from QuiltCon. Oh, man, that's awful. See, and to me, it's probably not from Phoenix and not from the conference itself. I have more problems when I fly. That's why I've got so many more. I don't want to go through the airports. But I hope he does feel better. I did see him, and I knew he had talked about being sick, but that he still wanted to do the live today. But I wasn't on to hear him say that he had COVID. Awful. Inez says I have two big cherry trees, and every year the crows get to eat them before me. Oh, that's so frustrating. I went out today and realized my lemon tree is plumb full of lemons, y'all. I have got so many lemons out there. It's not even fun. So I need to go out and pluck some lemons. Isn't that a nice sound? Listen. How cool is that? I actually get to hear the sewing machine sew. That is such a nice thing. And it's even nicer when it actually works. Belinda's is here from Tucson. Welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Kevmar said that's a shame. Ian is usually very careful. It's everywhere and with crowds. Yes, yes. We seem to have more and more people at work calling out with COVID all of a sudden, and that had not been a problem for a while. I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where I guess it's not going to go away anytime soon, and we just need to accept that. But it just gets so frustrating. You just get so tired of dealing with it. You don't want to be trapped again. But it is probably part of who we are as a country and a world for a long time. That's really kind of scary. I don't know. So I got a friend that just texted me and said, I can't get on the chat, but I would love some lemon. So it's a good thing, right? If y'all were close, you could share it. I've actually thought it would really be cool to make some fresh lemonade. I have not done that since I've lived here, and since I have all these lemons, I think that would be something fun to do. So that is something I am planning to do soon. All right, and that one, and who else? I broke down scheduled the packers, movers to come in April to pre-pack some of the rooms. I don't want to pack everything in one day. I have a fair amount packed already. Tell you what, it's I hope to die in this house. I hope to never have to pack and move again. It's just so awful. Hey Zaza, thanks for being here. Inez says I wear a mask when I go out. I don't blame you at all. Kevmore said that reminds me I need to get my March mask out. It's we'd like to think we're beyond that and things are over, but I don't know. Inappropriate Quilter is here. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. And it says, what do you do with lemons? Lemons. I actually will make a lemon pie. I'll make some lemonade, and then look at trying to find another source, another way to do them. I will put lemon in my Diet Cokes and things like that too. But you can only make so many lemon bars in that. And it's not like I need that many lemon bars anyway. So I'm trying to get more focused on my diet and that yet again. That diet has certainly gotten away from me yet again, but that's okay. We will make that happen. So we'll see how that goes. My friend says we can make sunshine pie. I have no idea what that is. So if you know what sunshine pie is, you can put that in the chat and tell me. Something educational. It is not something that I can tell you that we made in the South, where I grew up at least. But that could be because we didn't have fresh lemons either. So it does make a difference when you have all the fresh produce. I cannot wait for the garden to come in. I'm so excited to have fresh tomatoes and that. Although we did cheat. I was like, yesterday I made bacon cheeseburgers and that, and thought, oh, it would really be nice to have fresh lettuce because our garden is full of lettuce, and yet we were too lazy to go get it because we were just hungry after working on the lights all day. I will say the lights turned out to be a much bigger project than I anticipated. forgetting that this house was built in 1978. And, codes have changed a whole lot. The way they built the house, the way they put things together, just completely different. So that's okay. They all work, and y'all can see me now. And I am so excited to be able to do broadcast at night or whenever. That's another reason I didn't want to come in here and sew after work and that, because it was just so dark in here. But now that that has been resolved, I have an opportunity to do more and get more projects done because, as you can imagine, I have quite a few projects. I went to, I ordered from Walmart yesterday 4 more bins because I have so many quilt kits in that now. I want to put those, get that pedal back. I'm just now getting this room put back together after cleaning and putting that. So not everything is set up the way I want it yet, but it will be shortly. So I need some more strip this way. So yellow. Let's try this one. Inappropriate quote says homemade limoncello is delicious and makes great gifts to give to friends. I have to look. Jordy says I love it too. I have a bottle here waiting for me. Oh. Arizona Sunshine Pie is made in a blender with whole lemons. I will definitely look at that. I love lemon. We actually planted. I put the lemon tree out. When I moved here, I had 5 orange trees. 3 died this past year. Some people told me it's because of the heat and just the age and blah, blah, blah. I think it has more that John made a bad choice in who he had come and trim and do the trees. And I think I think who trimmed my trees didn't know what he was doing, and that's why I ended up losing those trees. I can't go backwards. I can't change it. But I didn't have anything but oranges when I moved here. So because of that, I actually put in a lemon tree and a lime tree, and then 4 or 5 pomegranate bushes. So at some point, I hope to have pomegranates. They said it takes about 4 or 5 years. I've had them, but they just bake in the sun. So I hope to have that in the next couple of years because I love pomegranates. I just can't afford them. And then the lemon tree, I have no idea. I mean, it is literally full of lemons. Yet the lime tree didn't get a lime on it this year, and I've gotten limes the last 2 years. So. Inappropriate quilt says LED lighting makes a world of difference. Yes, it does. I tell you what, I am ecstatic the way the house looks, with the way this came together, and I try to be conscious about how I put this together, right? Because this is what I use for my YouTube studio. But at some point, um, I'm hoping it's my children will want to sell this house one day and or they may move here. I don't know. But I always want to. I don't want to make the house so focused that it's would be difficult. So we put cam lighting in, no different than you would find in other rooms of the house. And that, it's in the bedroom. And so just try to be smart that it's not doesn't restrict you if someone decided, we decided we needed to sell this and that, because you just never know what may end up happening. So we'll see. All right, so look at the first one and how it's coming together. Pretty excited. I think that looks good. I think my daughter will be very happy with the way that those turn out. And we shall see. I'm anxious to see what the Arizona Sunshine Pie is, so I have to look that up because that would be cool. I've got a you said blender, so I have a Vitamix, so I know anything I put in there will definitely take care of it. Oh, I missed what Darlene said. It's terrible. People can be awful. Pretty, beautiful, pretty cute. That was fast. All right, let's go back because I want to see what Darlene had to say. Uh, I did miss a whole much. Darlene says homemade limoncello is delicious. I made a batch 2 years ago when I was moved from Connecticut to Delaware. Someone stole our lemon and two other plants that were 75 years old. That is awful. It just, but unfortunately, nothing surprises me nowadays. It just, people just feel so entitled. It just sad. Zaza says, gin and tonic. Amen. Amen. I have the Bartesian. I don't know if we talked about that or not. We talked about so much. I have the Bartesian um, alcohol mixer. I bought it for my Christmas parties this year. Absolutely love it. Um, so we will. I use that now to for my mixed drinks and that. It is just amazing. The drinks that come out of it, people just rave about it. Been very, very happy with that. It was not a cheap toy, but I do a lot of entertaining. I like to have folks. We're having probably end up having. I've got a couple of dinner parties planned where we're going to do grilled fajitas on the Blackstone griddle, and we'll probably have fresh guacamole and all that fun stuff and a nice dessert and just get to meet some new folks in that. So I talked to one of my friends at Quilt Club yesterday. Would definitely like to have them over and just I enjoy entertaining. I enjoy being around people, and it's just I'm fortunate that I live in such a great community in that where I can do that. And so that's very important. And so, as such, I am very happy with that. So, we shall see. So, this is interesting. Guys, look what I did. Oh my God, now I feel like I did a Russ. No offense, Russ. So, I left Black Bobbin in my um, bobbin. Crazy is that? I thought to change the top thread, not even thinking it doesn't even show. So it really didn't matter what thread I had in there. I put a soft pink thinking it would blend in with all these pastels, but instead I left the black bobbin in, which was probably not the best choice. So we should go out and change that. So let's do that while we're sitting here chatting away this afternoon. So this afternoon, I am blessed after my live with a homemade dinner of shredded chicken, um, enchiladas. I kept wanting to say burritos, and I knew it wasn't burritos. So that is pretty exciting and pretty cool. So I'm anxious for that. I love Mexican food. I could actually eat Mexican just about every day of the week. It just never gets old to me. I've just always been a fan of Mexican food. I don't know why. And that goes all the way back to Chi-Chi's. Now, how many, if you want to talk about aging yourself, how many people remember Chi-Chi's back in the day? So, but that was our Mexican. If you want a fancy Mexican, if you want to just regular Mexican, then we went Taco Bell, right? So growing up in Louisville, I had a choice of two things. I either had Taco Bell or we were excited when Chi-Chi's came along. Never knew about all these mom and dad, mom and pop independent Mexicans. We just didn't have those type of restaurants that I remember. Uh, Jody says, what does the sign say to the right between your um, oh, it is. It says words you can't use in my sewing room. And those words would include finished, messy, too much fabric. Can I borrow your scissors? That one really does get to me. Um, will you hem my pants? That's another whole story. Is dinner ready? Will you iron this for me? And do you need all this fabric? Now that will get people hurt, right? So I can't believe I just did that though. Yeah, so that's part of it, Joy. Thanks for asking. That is part of what I'm trying to get done. Actually, over on this big blank wall, you can see in the package is a felt um, background, basically. And the intent is, I think I'm going to place that, get that up on that wall, and I'll be able to be able to put together stuff as I'm trying to get as I'm trying to piece my quilts and that. And so it'll be a wall where I can work off things and that. It's really nice when I go to Quilt Club because we have really nice, big, large boards. Thank you, design board. Yes, design board. So that's what I'm looking to do over there. And then, of course, still I've got my 10 needle. I've got my Viking hooked up so I can do applique on it. And I have so much stuff picked out to embroider and to get done, but yet haven't done the first one. So, and I still need to finish all those that I showed you all built like a month ago or 2 months ago now. The where I stitched out all of the window panes, and I got all of those done. So we'll get there. Zalo says, "Do I need all this fabric? No, but I want it." Amen. I just listened to Stephanie, Andrew, and Russ talk yesterday about all the things going on with Joanne's leaving. Um, I'm not going to miss Joanne's. I'll be honest, because I didn't buy that much from Joanne's usually, and at the end of the day, the only thing I was really buying from her sometimes would have been rolls of batting. And the last time I went to order the same roll of batting from Joanne's with a coupon and blah blah blah, it was cheaper to get it from Walmart. And so Walmart shipped it to me, and I got it like in 3 days. Where every time I order it from Joanne's, it takes like 2 weeks. So I think that's part of the problem is they're all hurting each other, right? Between Amazon, between Walmart, between blah blah blah. It's just getting difficult. But most of my fabric, probably 95% of my fabric comes from local shops. So I tend to buy it from my local shops here. Like I said, I'm fortunate because I've got about 5, quilt shops right within the area. All of them know me. Some of them like me better than others. And that's okay. The ones that tend not to be as friendly, and I tend not to shop there unless I have a good coupon, and then I still don't necessarily go in. Um, but I don't know. I guess as a small business owner myself, a few years ago, I really try to support small business. I think they do more for me. I don't know. I've just never been a big box store, and I say that, and yet I order from Walmart all the time, and I order from Amazon. And yes, Amazon's coming today with 3 more packages. But that's okay. What keeps me out of trouble, and the company I work for appreciates that because they know that's what makes me have to go back to work on Monday. So I was really disappointed this morning when I woke up because I got an email text I use what's called Jack Pocket to play the lottery. So you can do it online. You can buy your state lottery tickets and all that directly online. You pay a little service fee for doing that, but yet I don't have to remember to go to the store and get them. It's all right there. And they shot me an email to let me know that I had won the lottery, and I was very excited. And then when I realized it was $4, I knew I was going to have to go to work tomorrow. But I can't complain. I did win something, right? So something's better than nothing. I wish they wouldn't have made such an exciting play out of $4, but they did. All right, so obviously John did not get the bobbin in. Let's see what's going on down here. So this week we're hoping to have a calmer week. I have a new employee starting with me tomorrow, so I have that to deal with. And I'm excited to finally get an addition into the team. So that will be awesome. And then we have a concert in the park here. I think it's Wednesday and Thursday. I bought tickets for, so I'm anxious to see how that plays out. I think that's going to be cool. And the nice thing is here too, when we do a concert in the park, I don't even know what bands I'm seeing, but we can take our chairs and all that up on Wednesday. I can leave them for the concert on Thursday. They'll have food trucks in that. The rec center itself typically sells cheeseburgers and bag of chips and a canned drink for $6. So that works out that it's not a crazy expensive evening. And we get to sit outside with what is right now absolutely gorgeous weather and why people move to Arizona. So I'm looking forward to that. So we have that one. And then Friday, I have to make a special birthday dinner, and I have that to put together for someone and celebrate that birthday, and then turn right back around, and we're going out to dinner on Saturday night to celebrate the birthday. So I've got that. So I've got a big birthday weekend coming up with some exciting things planned. So we will see how that plays out. So again, just lots going on. I got to do Quilt Club again this week. So I got to do monitoring because that's a requirement of Quilt Club. I messed that up this week. I realized that working for a utility company, we have easier restrictions what my Quilt Club does, but it is what it is. Hopefully they'll be able to work out. I logged into the wrong computer and didn't get credit. When I asked about it, I was told they couldn't fix it because they needed it in writing for treatment. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, really, folks? I mean, this is, this is a volunteer club that I pay $10, $15 a year to belong to. I mean, this isn't life or death, but yeah, I guess I forget sometimes how serious maybe the problem is me. I just don't take things serious enough. Susan says, Chico Tacos in El Paso. I've never been to El Paso. I'd like to go sometime. I have certainly not been to Chico's. Jackie says, most fabric is supplied by Walmart Designer Fabrics. I got some Tula last week. I am so jealous. I want Tula so bad. I have 2 drawers full of Tula, so the last thing I need is more. Yet I haven't, and I've yet to cut the first piece. I just can't bring myself to, because I keep thinking, oh, I'll find another pattern I like that. So we'll see. I'm actually, believe it or not, I am thinking, the way that started, I am actually thinking about doing a 3-yard quilt with some of my Tula stash because I do like some of the new modern patterns that Donna and Fran have put out. So I am going to go back and look at those. I really, after meeting them, talking to them, I kind of fell in love with Donna. She is just an absolute sweetheart. If you think she seems normal and nice on her YouTube channel and that, in person, she's even 5 times friendlier in that. She was such a proponent of this channel and what other content creators were doing and providing suggestions and that. Like, just made me want to really look at more of the patterns. And now the fact that they have put out 5-yard quilts versus 3-yard quilts makes it more enticing. She does have some really cool patterns, and I did buy the new modern book. So I'm kind of anxious to play with that. So I thought, you know what? That might be a good way to display some of my Tula and get that in the works first. All right, so yes, I had to take the scene real quick. That is something you don't see John do very often. And it's not because John doesn't make mistakes. It's just because John most time goes, But I'm trying to do a lot better about that. trying to focus more on my skill and technique, so things will look nice. Katrina says, just got home. Good afternoon from McDonald's. Good afternoon, Miss Katrina. Thanks for joining us. Zaza says, I've won on the Euro Millions a few times, but never more than £4. But the first line of that email really gets your hopes up. It does. I tell you what, I was so excited. I thought, oh, I'm so ready to retire. And then at the same time, after being home for a couple of weeks when I was, recovering from surgery and that, I thought, I don't know that I'm really ready to retire. I mean, I would keep myself busy because there's just too much I want to do. But I don't know that I'm ready just to not. I don't know that I'm ready to be tired from activities versus the mental challenges and that. I mean, I still enjoy. Um, I, I'm fortunate because I do like my company. I do like my job. Um, it has its own level of stress. It has its own, you know, at the end of the day, I'm very fortunate to have a job. And I just don't know that I'm ready to walk away. But I am sure there will become a time where I'm like, oh, yeah, just get me out of here. It doesn't matter. I'll eat pork and beans the rest of my life, So we'll see how that plays out. Ina says, you're a busy person. Yes, it's really kind of sad. Jackie says, I only buy Tula for my granddaughters. Nightbot says, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and make the YouTube algorithm like all that silly stuff. Sally says, hi, y'all. Busy day, catching up after major water backup. There's nothing worse than dealing with water. I have done that way too many times in my lifetime. And tell you what, Sally, I feel for you. Although we already called you out today because we've been talking a little bit about QuipCon. And I know Russ and Stephanie and a bunch of them are excited and already making plans for 26 in Raleigh. I saw where Andrew from Andrew So said they've already booked their hotel and flights and everything for next year. I am not going to Raleigh because I am going to Roosevelt and I am going to see my good buddy, Miss Sally. We're going to have lunch and we're just going to getting to meet each other and getting to be. So you may be late, Sally, but you were always on our mind. So we already covered all of that before you were able to get here today. Katrina says, Humana sent a home health nurse today, yearly check-in. Not much to report there. Took my blood pressure, listened to my heart, about as much as a doctor does anymore. Isn't that the truth? I tell you what, the doctors don't do what they used to. And I don't know what's going on with mine. I love my general doctor, but I'm lucky if I get in once a year to see him. And they've moved the follow-up, just check-in appointment twice. So now I'm supposedly going the end of March to see him just to kind of do a handshake, I guess. But crazy. So, but Katrina, glad to hear that apparently went well. So it's always good when it's not much to report. Sweet Granny, you can freeze the lemons in ice cube trays. Never thought about that. That would be interesting too. Can you imagine freezing some of that fresh lemon juice and pulp in that, and then using those ice cubes for lemonade? That would really be cool. Or in your gin and tonic, then just drop those type of ice cubes in. Never thought about that, but that we may be trying that, Sweet Granny. Thank you for that suggestion. Sally says, oh, thanks, y'all. Luckily, the park suggested a plumber, and he was terrific. Tell you what, it makes all the difference when you get a skilled trade guy in, which one you get to show up. It certainly makes a difference very quickly. So those are some of the plans coming up for this week. We just keep bouncing around, seeing what makes sense, what's happening, and going from there. I want to get, I do hope to start sewing more. Actually, may start publishing. I'd like to start publishing. I need to help make the YouTube algorithm a little bit better. And I'll be honest, since I've cut back on most of my unboxings and subscriptions, I am. What I'm thinking about is starting like one project and working on it 30 minutes or so a night, one night each week, and posting that the next day. And so we'll see how that plays out. It's again, there's just so much going on. Dude, somehow I skipped a color. So we're gonna put these two colors next to each other. It'll be fine because when it gets gravy or something all over it, it all right. Man, I love my juice. Yeah, I think it's too pink and purple together, but you know what? It is what it is. I do think that looks pretty good. And that bright green, right? Man. And look how much different, look how much better when you don't do a Russ and you use the white bobbin instead of the black. And I shouldn't pick on Russ because Russ has never done that to my knowledge. But what I appreciate about Russ is I was watching his channel today and he called himself out yet again on a mistake he made. And I thought, it's content creators like that mean a lot to me because I still have so much to learn and so much to do when it comes to quilting in this channel and that. And I look at some of the gorgeous stuff that Russ does and the intricate work that he's putting together, and then he makes a mistake on a half square triangle or whatever it is, and he just he calls it out, fixes it, moves on, or says I'll fix it off air and I'll deal with it tomorrow. So many, when I first started trying to watch YouTube and figure out what this was and how to do it, just I'm watching some of them that put together beautiful, but there was one tiny thing wrong with it, and so they have to rip the entire thing back out, and that just um, it just drove me nuts. I was like, it's not encouraging. And that's actually why I started my channel, was because if I can figure this out and do it, anybody can. And I am going to make Mr. Russ a shirt that says, it's not a mistake, it's a design decision. I love that. How cool is that? I don't remember him saying that before. I'm sure he did, but I don't remember it. Katrina says her neighbors have difficult monthly. They're downhill from the pipeline. She says she flies out next Saturday for a month in North Carolina. You go, girl. And actually, the weather should be turning there, right? So, yeah, this is March. So, if you're talking about April can be a really nice spring in the mountains in North Carolina. I've always enjoyed North Carolina. Love the Raleigh area. I like the Charlotte area. And Asheville. I mean, there's just so many nice areas in North Carolina. Susan says, great idea to freeze lemon juice. Katrina, we just gotta leave that one alone. Katrina says, Russ is perfect in every way. Design choices make the world go around. He is. I tell you what, I am really fortunate to have the YouTube family that I do, to have the folks that have helped support me, have encouraged me on this quilting journey. And I consider Russ one of those larger encouragers. He just knows the right thing to say when to say it, and it just means a whole lot. And I don't think Russ always gets the credit that he deserves, because he definitely knows how to put a smile on people's faces. I can tell you that. So very fortunate that to have him as part of my YouTube family. Disappointed that I did not get to meet Russ at QuiltCon this year, but understand why he didn't come to Phoenix. Of course, I'm not going next year, so I don't get to meet him in 26. I do hope to catch up with him sometime. You know, I did get to meet Stephanie Stitches, and she is just a jewel. I mean, you talk about one of the sweetest, nicest ladies. I mean, she's just an amazing person. I got to meet Andrew. I got to meet Carl. I got to meet Ingrid. Just so many cool people. The retreat at Stitch in Heaven. Um, I think they're planning to have a New Year's retreat there. But I'm not, that's just not financially in the prospects for me in 2025. But we'll see. I would like to do another retreat. I think it would be fun to do a YouTube family retreat. I know Stephanie does some amazing retreats. I'd love to see us host a retreat in Phoenix. And I've actually looked at, we actually have a couple of really nice retreat centers in the Phoenix area. And I actually looked at pricing and that on that. I think that would really be cool if we could figure out how to do some things out on this side of the country. But then again, I still got to figure out how to get Russ here. So it's going to happen. I will get to spend some time with him in person. Then he'll go, wow, why was I even nice to that guy? That guy can really drive you nuts. I just don't think Russ, that's in his personality. I can't. Andrew, on the other hand, we won't go there. I don't know. I can tell you, just after being at the Stitch in Heaven retreat and getting to meet the folks that I did and that, just so encouraging that we have such a safe and fun community. It's just crazy. Katrina says, I'll be at the beach for most of it. See, that's awesome. That's where we all belong. We belong at the beach. Quilt Meat World says, did you just call me large? Talking about my weight. No, did not call you large. Are you kidding me? No. I may have said you had a large personality. I don't know. But just so much going on, so much happening in the world. It's just, we all need a safe place that we can just quilt. You know, quilting makes everything better. And it's just kind of cool. And I'm fortunate that I have a nice quilt guild. The street that I live on, neighbors, it was funny, a new neighbor stopped today. She said, I keep trying to catch you to introduce myself. You know, we just moved in, but the other neighbors were telling us about you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, yeah, see, I still work full time and I keep a heavy agenda. So even if I'm home, I'm not home. And you know, that's one of the things I plan to do still this evening after the live. We're having, you know, the chicken enchiladas, and then we're going to the pool. And then I probably want to watch a movie and then still get ready for bed and then get up at 4:30 so I can go to work. So I can start it all again so I can get to the next weekend. I tell you what, work has been off the hook. I think everyone at work lost their mind last week, and they all had questions and things for John to deal with. It was like, guys, are you kidding me? Like, come on. It just did not stop. So I'm hoping this week is much better and that they found their IQ again. It's just, yeah, it's just so funny how people are. And it's like, why do you do that? I mean, just you've got a good job, you're happy with the job you have, and let's not make things so complicated. But yet they seem to want to do that, and that's what keeps me employed is crazy people. So it is what it is. All right, let's keep looking. I can't put that there. Put this one here. And but I do want to look at getting my 3-yard quilts going. I do want to look at Quilt Smart. I bought some table runner patterns from them. I want to try theirs and see what I think about that. Just so much, and it's all sitting on the dining room table. I didn't make it as far as the dining room table. But then I realized all my bins and everything was full, so I couldn't put it away. So that's why I bought a new bin. And now the problem is that I bought new bins. I'm probably going to have space. I may have to buy more stuff to fill up the bin. How crazy is that? Sally says 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning still happens. For me, it's easier. It makes my life better. Um, I leave the house typically around 5:30 to get to work, and it just for traffic out in this area just is so much easier. And I'd like to sleep in, but physically I just can't sleep in. My body will just automatically wake up at 4:30 in anticipation of that drive, and just knowing if that keeps me ahead of the traffic. So that way I only fight real traffic coming home in the afternoon. The days I have to go to the office takes me about 45, 50 minutes in the morning. And then in the afternoon can take anywhere from we start at an hour and go up to an hour and 45 minutes some days. So, yeah, it's, you talk about quality of life. I talked about working from home and how much that changed things for us. I would be an example of that. I'm lucky that I do get to work 2 days a week. And, but I'll be honest, I enjoy being in the office. I wish I could do more like a half day in the office and then turn around and do another half day. I think would be better if I could do like 3 half days, because I don't mind going in that early, and then if I could get out by say 1:30 and then finish the day here, makes the day a lot better. But it's not what they want, and you know what? They're the ones that pay for me to have my toys and to buy more fabric, and that's what's important. And so, and plus, I'm just raised as a rule follower, right? So it doesn't matter what they tell me, I'm going to do exactly what they say. All right, let's see. So, all right. So, guys, I appreciate you being here tonight. I am going to hopefully get these Easter placemats stitched out, and then I will get them trimmed up so then I can put some binding in that on those, and then figure out what our next project is. I have stuff just stacked everywhere that has been started. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10. I've got 10 projects over there cut, and those aren't even the ones I'm wanting to get to now. Now I've got other ones that I'm more excited to get to. So we'll have to figure it out, but we will make it happen. I hope you all have an amazing week. I thank you all so much for being here tonight, for being part of the chat, keeping things active. And as always, until next time, happy crafting. Uh-oh.